All right, guys. Dave Whichard, President FFL Velocity. Welcome to Weekend Warrior Podcast. And I am I'm going to just kind of pour from my heart on occasion here. And I just did one of these episodes, and I don't know, we'll call this episode 2 of this. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to share some positive things. It's like country there. Things about our business, some things are on my heart, different things I've written down, things I think that might help people, that kind of thing. I'm in the studio here in Roanoke. Don't have anybody here. They're out in the field today. And I just thought, hey, you know what? God put on my heart to do a couple of these. So anyway, one of the things I say, like I was looking at this thing that Sean shared with us last year, and I have it over here, and it's like the 7 tips of life. Start there, right? Number 1 is don't compare your life to others. Don't judge them. You have no idea what their journey is all about. Let's talk about that. So I think it's easy for us to look around in our business. It's easy for us to, compare ourselves to others, things like that. I think if you're going to compare yourself, you should compare yourself to yourself, right? Each day, get up, because if you're comparing yourself to someone else, it's hard to duplicate that. Now, I think you can duplicate some of the things that people are doing. You can reach out to, a Zach Fradowski. You can reach out to a Nick Al. You can reach out to a Mark Mead, obviously Sean and, Andrew and people like that, and learn from them. Frank Efemia and Eric Schmidt and so many great people that we work with. You can reach out to them. Trey Honeycutt. I can go down the list and learn from them, but I don't know that you can be them, and you can't be them. I'm me. Like, I'm not going to change. I'm just who I am, right? I'm going to tell, you're going to know my heart. I'm very transparent. One of the things you'll get from me is I'll work hard. I'm going to care for you. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm a broken person. Thank God I have Jesus. And, cause we're all broken, right? And, we can make decisions every day to get better. So when we're looking at other people, don't judge them. I mean, that you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what people are going through. So why would you judge them? But when it comes to the business, and you have no idea what their journey is all about. Like, no one knows exactly my journey. I mean, the things I've been through in my life, was a train wreck. I was a single father for 5 years, things like that. I have an amazing wife. I was super blessed with now Neri, and I went through a lot. And I don't blame anybody for my circumstances. My circumstances are what they are, and what I had to go through to get better. So whatever someone's walking through, sometimes we just don't know from the outside what they're going through. So let's not judge them where they're at. Let's not judge them what they look like or whatever. It's easy to do, right? That's easy to do. But it's better to look at them and what they can be, right? And so I think let's look at people as we bring them into the business, or people in our life, and how we can help them become better. I think if we do that, it's a better world. It's a better place to work. It's a better, whatever the case may be. That's what I would say about that. Number 2 is what others think of you is none of your business. And that's a big one, because I think that in watching Sean, I know that he doesn't care like that. Like he's going to give, he's going to work hard, do what he can, pour from his heart, give back, tear you down, build you up, all those different things that help make him great, right? From my observation. But at the end of the day, I know his heart, and he just wants to win. He wants people to win. He wants people to get integrity deals. He wants people to, grow their family's business and things like that. That's if they're willing to work hard, they're teachable and coachable and things like that. But really, who cares we shouldn't care what other people think. I want to be the best Christian I can be, the best dad I can be, the best, grandfather, the best, papa, if you will, the best husband, the best friend. That's what I want to be. I want to be somebody that someone can count on the best they can. But at the end of the day, I shouldn't care exactly what they think about me, because some people just may not like me, and that's okay. I'm going to be me, and this is what you get. So I hope you do. But at the end of the day, it's not up to me to make that decision. The 3 was, another one was, time heals almost everything. Give it time. I do believe that's true. Obviously people have, health issues and different things they can go through, and, God has a plan, right? I would say God has the plan. Jeremiah 29:11, read that if you don't know it. But that's something that I've learned in my life, is we're going through stuff, and sometimes we want to fix it. But all we can really do is keep moving forward, have faith and pray the best outcome, really. And so I think it does heal. Time heals wounds. Like when I went through, stuff with a divorce, and, I had a divorce. Did I think I ever had one? No, but it happened. And then I did, I kept trying to be the best father I could be. I kept trying to get better. I kept changing as a person the best I could, making corrections along the way. Through wisdom of doing stupid stuff, I learned to get better at it. So when you look at business, I think that's the same thing. You always got to try to get better. and give it time. And what I mean by that is like in our business world, like it's like we're recruiting, right? So we look at numbers and we want to grow an agency, then it would be looking at new writing agents. Like, look at new writing agents each month. Where is that number? Is it going up or is it not? If it's going up, chances are your business is going to grow because the business might track numbers a little bit behind it, but the numbers will eventually work out if you continue to work with the right people, bring on the right partners, work with them, pour into them, coach them, teach them, spend the time with them, making sure that you find the right ones that want to work with you and work with them and pour into them. Don't waste your time with people that don't want to do that. Don't hire them, if they're not ready to work. I think everybody should have this opportunity if they want it and they're willing to work hard, invest, care, give back to people, things like that. People can really do a lot of great things in our business. And ultimately, for me, it's a God thing. It's me being in the place that I think God's called me to be every day and to pour into people, to give back to them, treat them right the best I can. Again, I'm going to make mistakes, not perfect, obviously. But, I think it's just, things heal like over time, and we go through, we think we're in the depths of this despair, but at the end of the day, we wake up and we look and go, that's why I went through that. So I could help somebody else through it. I look at things in my life and I went through things. So now when I talk to somebody or I mentor somebody or, I pray with somebody or whatever the case may be, I can help them through that situation. Whereas if I never went through the situation, how could I help them? I don't know. And there's going to be circumstances I can't help them through. And ultimately it's up to them. So those are some things. Number 4 is make peace with your past so it doesn't affect your present. I think I've done that. I think I understand that I went through some things in my life that, I wasn't super proud of and different things. And, I stayed the course. There was times when I ran from God and I shouldn't have, and I should have ran towards him. That, again, not trying to preach or not qualified to, but it made me a better person. I always say that when I met my wife, that God was working on me a lot of times just to get me to the place where I was ready for her. And I'm super grateful for her because she sees some inadequacies as things that, she just realizes that we're all broken people. Like she has her things, right? But I just know I had to go through things to get better for that. I think in my business life, I think I made mistakes. I think that I made wrong decisions or choices, but I did work hard. I did do that. There were times when I got beat down and maybe I didn't work as hard as I should. So I can relate to that. So it's a roller coaster effect, if you will. You're going through a lot of high times. Never get too high in any one moment and never get too low in any one moment. If you stay that steady course here, you're going to win. Like if we're talking about FFL and the business side of things or any business that you're in, that if you stay the course, no matter what's going on and you keep that even keel versus way up here or way down here, you're more likely to win in that way. I think what happens is a lot of people get so excited, this and that, and, they get money, spend it, whatever, don't invest it, don't do the right thing, and then they have a low day or two or week or month, whatever, and next thing you know, they're at rock bottom and thinking the world's going to die. Something crazy is going to happen. So, but if we keep that even keel, then that's always better. But again, do not let it affect your present. I think that, it's okay to understand that it's behind you, but God doesn't want us to look back. I think if you look back, it's just how to kind of get better from that. That's okay. But I would always look forward. God doesn't want you looking back. He wants you to look forward, in my mind. So if you're praying for wisdom and praying for strength, then why would you look back at, the bad things that happened and learn from them, move on, and that kind of thing is my thoughts on that. It's all right to not to have all the answers. They will come to you when you least expect it. That's true. I think a lot of people in our business overthink things. So, for me, it was just always easy to just do it. I was talking to somebody this morning, and I was sharing with them that I got the leads. I dialed the phone and went and saw people. I didn't overthink it. I got in the house, and I poured in from my heart. I gave them all I got, and that's what worked out. We wrote Hall of Fame in 2020. We grew a business quickly, I guess as quick as just about anybody. Josh Williams, I think, just grew a little bit quicker this recently. So that's awesome. But, it's setting a standard of from our perspective. But it's just something that nobody had done at that time. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be. It's like the 4-minute mile. Roger Bannister ran it, and everybody thought their lungs were going to explode. And what happened? They realized, 4-minute mile, my lungs aren't going to explode. And then people beat it over and over and over again, records were made to be broken, right? So whatever record I think it's good to aim for stuff like that. Why wouldn't you? but don't beat yourself up if you don't hit it, because again, circumstances, going back to what we were talking about earlier, circumstances are what they are. Where you're at in life, your business acumen, different things that happen along the way that you don't know are going to happen. If you're in a car and trying to get somewhere and the tire blows, what can you do? You got to get out, change the tire. That can slow you down. Things will happen. It's how you adjust to those things. How long you keep a negative attitude about the situation will determine how fast you move forward, right? So we're going to fall down. We pick ourselves up. We keep moving, those type of things. So again, some of the answers will come when you least expect it. Through work, through your attitude, things like that. So just keep moving. I think keep moving, break things. That's, what Sean always said, move and break things. If the faster you go and the more you break and the more people you bring in to affect their lives in a positive way, it's amazing what shows up. I sit and pray with my wife every night. It's like, hey, bring the right people in our business, right? It's amazing how great people show up. And so excited for that. Smile. You don't know all the problems in the world. I think we walk around with our head down a lot of times and woe is me and this and that. And then the person that we're running into is just diagnosed with cancer, or, just was found out somebody in their family's dying, or whatever the case may be, but yet we don't have a smile on their face to maybe lift them up. I remember E.T. was sharing, love that guy. He was sharing a story about, he was on an elevator, and I don't want to take it from him, but he smiled. He's got this big smile. He calls it the Colgate smile. And if I had a smile like he's got a smile all the time too. But I try to smile. I try to be uplifting the best I can and things like that. But I think remember, we don't know we may be the last person they see. And that's what happened. This girl, I don't know the exact how it went, but this girl, she had a red dress on, she's pretty, whatever. This was years ago. And she gets on the elevator and she sticks her arm in and she comes in and he starts looking at her. He's a dude, right? I don't know, but he was looking at her smiling. He wasn't trying to hit on her. But I think that's what she thought, and just kept looking at him funny. Anyway, long story short, he kept smiling. She looked at him kind of funny. Anyway, she was getting off, and as she gets off, because he kept that smile the whole time, and his attitude and this and that. I don't remember if they said anything or not. I don't think so. And then when she got off, she stuck her hand back in the elevator again. So it happened twice, when she got on and when she got off. She stuck it in again. She looked back at him and basically said something along the lines of, hey, just want to make sure, want you to know that your smile is contagious, and it meant a lot because I was going to kill myself today. And because your smile, unlike most people, you lifted me up. Something along those lines. My point is, we don't know who we're going to run into, and we don't know how we're going to affect them. So let's try to do that. Let's try to take our eyes off ourselves and put it on other people. And that goes with our business. If we do that in our business, we're going to win. We're going to help other people. That's what I love about the Family First Life, is we have that culture. If you listen to it and follow it, it's pretty simple. Work hard, don't hurt people, give back to people, pay it forward, give back to people less fortunate than you, and that's what I love to do. So we're looking for great people that want to work here, that want to do that want to, serve a lot of families, take the money they got, invest it back in so they can help other families, the agents and so on, but also ultimately to give back more, like we give $1 million or whatever to the Dream Center this year, and they took a whole floor and named it after Family First Life. How cool is that? Like, the Dream Center matters. There's people out there suffering that don't have food, don't have a place to live, that are, addicts getting off the street, different people that are helping and blessing and things like that. And there are places like that all around us. But ultimately, that's a great place for us. And you have Paradise Football, which Sean gave back to. Built a weight room for them. The whole fire, if you watch the 30-30 thing, burnt through there. But for whatever reason, the field was preserved. That's a God thing. Like, he protected it, and they were able to play football and energize that town and kind of hopefully get back to where they want to be one day. I know it's going to take a while. I don't know all the details of that. But again, Sean's seen it on TV for the moment that he doesn't watch a lot of TV, but happened to see that and calls the guy up. Hey, I'm going to give you some money. Did that, went out there, flew, watched the game. Now we know him, and it's pretty awesome stuff. So just love to be around people that want to give back. Number 7 was you're in charge of your own happiness. And again, we are in charge of our own happiness. Every day when we wake up, we have a choose to look in the mirror and make, do those things. So like I wrote, I'm not sure what book this came from, but it says, wake up and go to sleep, focus on your goals, write them down every morning, and then at night, over and over, they will grow and you will internalize them. It might be Grant. Grant Cardone, I used to listen to a lot of his stuff. But that sounds like something he would do, because like he had this 10X planner we used to use and write your goals down at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. And he talked about that. So I give him obviously credit there. I think putting that, I always tell people, like, before I came here, I would listen to a lot of his stuff because he was really high energy like this, like Sean is, high energy. And that's how I relate. You guys may not relate to me, and that's okay. If there's one person out there that this matters to, then great. That's all that matters. And if there's nobody, then tell me. And if you're watching this and it doesn't make a difference in your life and it doesn't help you in some way, please let me know that too. If it helps you, then I'll keep doing stuff. If not, I'm just doing what I feel like God's put on my heart, and that's all I'm doing. So with these podcasts. But you're in charge of your own happiness. You choose how you want to be happy that day. You choose how your attitude's going to be. You choose whether you get up in the morning and you're going to be happy that day. You choose if your circumstances are so bad that you can't put a smile on your face, you can't go out and serve. And I think that's the other thing I was telling people. Like, when you're going through a bunch of stuff, one of the best things you can do is be in a place like this where you can go out and serve people every day. Because if you focus on them and you go in their home, I'm not good at compartmentalizing things. My wife's really good at that. I'm not. But when it comes to this business, I have been able to do that. I have stuff going on over here, and I choose to stay focused on what my task is to hand that day, which is to go serve the families. Show up, serve the families, have a great attitude, and do the very best, and guess what? Usually works out. And if it doesn't, then I go back, I reboot, I call mentors, I say, hey, here's what I did, here's what I didn't do, what can I change, how can I get better? I listen to more podcasts, I do it over again, whatever. I just didn't like coming home without serving somebody. I knock on somebody's door, I go in the convenience store, whatever I had to do to make something happen. Same thing with recruiting. If you're having a day where you're recruiting and you're in a place where you're trying to get a hold of people, whatever, keep doing it. Keep dialing the phone. It's just numbers. Like, you're going through numbers in everything you do. I think it's almost life. It's an exercise every day. How do I get better today? How do I wake up and do this better every day? If we choose every day to try to get better in some area of our life, it's amazing where we might end up in a few years, right? So keep doing that. So as I kind of wrap this thing up, I don't know if this matters to somebody. I just felt like in my heart I'd do a couple of these today and, pour into people, right? I think that's what I love to do. I think learn different technologies, learn different things that might help you in your business. But I think ultimately keep it simple. Learn from those around you. Call and ask questions. I always like to say, if you're going to ask a question, go apply it. Otherwise, don't waste their time. Listen, dude, there's so much stuff that you can inundate your mind with. Podcasts from Sean and Andrew and Paul. I can go there. I heard Nick say this one time, like, watch the podcast and find the person you relate to and watch all their stuff. Because you can't emulate everybody, but you can emulate one person or two people or whatever and get their stuff, get it down, whatever. That's the other thing. We're kind of in the copycat business. Copy what they did, go apply it, and get better. And then share it. We share it. We share everything here. We're totally transparent. It's the only company I know that we truly share everything that we have. The systems, everything we do. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing to win. Why? Because ultimately our leader says, we just want to help people. We put it out there on social media so everybody can see it. Why not? Then people come here and go, I wish I'd been over here a long time ago. Yeah. And like nobody here, Hamadi says, yes, everyone will use a calculator one day. At the end of the day, we don't talk about the money and all that stuff. But at the end of right now, but we have a high comp up to 145%. Well, some companies go to 50, 60, 70%. That's pretty easy that my 4-year-old granddaughter, Emerson, could figure out that this number is bigger than this number. And you do it based on how much, most of the companies pay, 9 months advance or 7 months, whatever, 9 months, whatever. You do the math, you do the commission amount, you figure it out where you can make more money. That's what you do. And here we are at Family First Life. We have the leads. I believe we have the best training. We have the best people. I mean, there's great people everywhere. Don't get me wrong. But we want them here. So hope this makes a difference in your life today. I just felt like that was what I do. I believe God is great and obviously knows what's going to happen in our lives already. We just got to keep working hard, have a great attitude, serve people, love people, give back. And if you're not here, hey, integrity is real for us. We have a business that we can sell one day. Hopefully you build it big enough that integrity calls you and says, hey, I want to partner with you, right? That's what I think 20, 22, whatever amount of partners we have done. And that's pretty cool. So it is there for, we can't say everybody, but people that are willing to work hard, invest, give to people, continue to work hard, continue to pay it forward, continue to pay it back, not keep it all themselves, not be greedy, not be lazy, all those things. So love you guys. I appreciate you being on. Hope this made a difference today, and I'd love some feedback. So appreciate you so much.